Hello there survivors, welcome back to another video on Ark Survival Ascended, and today I'm showing you around my modern tech base, pyramid, A-frames. It's got it all. It is a giant base that I've been working on, and I finally finished the entire outside of the base as well as the structural side of the inside. I still need to do some interior, but that will come soon. This isn't a tutorial or a showcase on how to build it. That will come soon as well. But for now, it's just showing you around this big base that I've been working on. And if you want to see the tutorial, I know a lot of people have been asking for that. I won't be making a step-by-step tutorial because there's no way that I'm building this thing for a second time just because of the sheer size. But I have recorded my entire process of designing and building this when I was working on it, so I will be making that into a video. Not quite sure how long that might turn out to be, but I'll try to make it as easy to follow as possible. So that will be coming soon, so make sure you're subscribed for that. And if you want to show even more support for my channel, consider becoming a YouTube member. Tier 2 actually gets early access to every new video I post. Okay, so here we are looking over my giant tech base. I definitely went crazy. I took it too far. Do not attempt this at home. But if you do, I will be sharing my full build video, so like a speed build showing the entire process of how I came up with the design, so you can try and follow along if you are crazy enough, because it took me a long time to build all of this, and that was in creative. So if you're gonna do it in survival, props to you. You're probably crazy, but if you do build it, please share some screenshots with me, because I would love to see yeah, you using this build, of course. All right, let's check it out. In the last video, of course, we already had this one side over here, the slightly normal pyramid with the smaller supportive pyramids as a foundation, and then the big foundation piece, which has now some indents to get some details going there. We have the giant A-frame on this side, which is a really cool big entrance, and it has a behemoth gate. That means that you can basically bring most, if not all, dinos into the base, which is great if you want to be able to get all your stuff easily accessible in your base as well. I still need to change some of the textures of the glass greenhouse walls to the more pretty looking one. Like this one, of course, is not what we want. We want what we have on that layer over there, but I haven't gotten around because I have to do it manually for each and every one of them. Now, this is one of the new sides. It's the back side as well, so it's a little less special. We got two of these small beams going instead of the big beam we have on the other side, and a few windows. This is the most normal looking, the most pyramid looking side of the entire build. But I also made some space for a little train station here at the back, since my personal goal here on Scorched Earth is to connect all my bases with a railroad network, and we managed to do that here just fine, which means it's very accessible, very easy to get to. And then on the last side, we've got three smaller A-frames, different sizes, which makes for a very cool looking design in my opinion. The ones on the sides have the long staircases going all the way down, so you can access them from there with smaller to medium-sized dinos. And then the middle one is just a balcony, basically. You can still go in there with flyers, land your flyers there. And then here on the middle, we have a big staircase leading onto the foundation part of the build. So you have all the upside down pyramids here with some rooms inside of them as well. You could use them as some kind of farms, breeding rooms, storage, whatever you want to do. Maybe have some snails in one of them, you know, some bees or penguins, depending if you're transferring or what map you're building this on. I think there's a lot of options and a lot of space here, also just to park some of your tames as well. And it's very easy to access all the sides. You can access the train station. You have the beautiful view over this canyon where I build my base, which is a really pretty location here on Scorched Earth. And of course, on this side, we have more access points. We actually have stairs leading off to the sides here, so you can still access and leave the base from this side as well. So yeah, it is a giant base. I don't think I need to tell you that again. It's really big, and I've done some work on the interior, mostly like the main structures, not the actual interior design yet. I'll be doing that pretty soon as well. So yeah, we enter and we have so much space in this base. So this layer, you have a lot of room, and it finally made a build big enough to be able to fit the cloning chamber, the tech cloning chamber. So that's the first thing that I placed down here to make sure that it would actually fit inside, and that we build everything else up around it. And I also saw someone comment, how are you going to power it all? If you place a tech generator right here on the middle, it actually has enough range to power the entire base. I'll show you in a second. There we go. You can see it's in the middle of the main floor, so not the foundation but the main floor, and it powers the entire structure, which is really convenient. The only downside to this is that it is literally in the middle of the build, so yeah, you have to have it here. But in theory, you could place like a little room beneath this, I guess, to hide it in there. You would see that from the foundation level. But yeah, it's up to you. But if you place it in the middle, it will actually power the entire base, which is kind of crazy and kind of convenient for sure. So here we've got a couple of these beams as supports and structures, basically finishing the shapes of the main A-frames that we have on this side. And it just really helps creating some nice structure and supports inside of the build. Of course, here we got these side rooms as well, the little square rooms that we have on this side of the build. I decided to turn them into proper rooms just because it made a little bit more sense, because there was already a little bit of the structure sticking into the build, and this just means that you have some smaller rooms. Maybe you can use them as proper greenhouses or whatever you want to do. You can also see that we have a little division right here. So as you can see, we have the supports for the big A-frame here on this side as well. And in between the legs of this build, I placed down these walls with some large elevators to actually get you up to the next level, like so. So it easily brings you to the next level, so you can access that ring of the pyramid as well. And I chose to basically make those walkways only on the side, so I have the big space here still in the middle of the build. There's also normal stairs if you want to just go up and down by foot. This connects you to this walkway, which accesses a bunch of doors on the side to get you out onto the balcony bits of the build to the side, as well as the balconies here in the middle between the A-frames on this side, and again to the walkways on the side here as well. So you can basically go all around the pyramid like this. And then we got two more staircases right here leading to the upper floor. But yeah, you can see the supports of the A-frame really helping to make it look a little bit stronger and more supported on the inside as well. Then this layer, again, I've got walkways all around these sides, so you can access it all. You have access to the walkways that are on the outside as well. This is almost at the top of the pyramid. And yeah, you definitely still have some decent space even on this level. And then a little different here is that you actually have maybe some living quarters, your beds and spawn points, etc. You could make a little nice room here. I decided to make a floor in this part as well, not just having it open and be a balcony looking out on the main A-frame. But again, completely up to you. I think you'll definitely have more than enough space here, no matter the way you do the interior, because it's such a big build. You have a lot of room, and I do actually want to start decorating the base and actually make it into a proper base that has everything you need, like the ultimate tech base I built on the island. But this time it will actually have everything, because it can actually fit the cloning chamber as well as it can easily fit gigas and karchas inside. I probably only the titanosaur, that might be difficult. I don't know if they fit in these kind of things, but I mean, that's a special creature anyway. I think other creatures should easily be able to fit in here. You can definitely fly your wyverns in here, etc. So yeah, a giant base. This has been a big project, a very fun project of me just challenging myself, trying to build something very big scale and trying to make it look good. I like challenging myself, and I think it's almost a tradition now that at the end of a playthrough, at the end of a map, just before the next one comes out, I try to build a giant tech base, basically symbolizing the defeat of the map. You know, we've conquered this map, we've done the boss fight, we've done everything that we need to do here, and now we have a cool tech base to celebrate that. And of course, it being tech will help with the weather here on Scorched Earth. Normally I would say you can easily also build it out of metal or any other different material that you want, but of course on Scorched Earth you'll have to keep into consideration that you might cook yourself on the inside. Tech or Adobe of course helps with that. I think you could definitely make a Adobe version of this, make it look less modern but more just as a proper pyramid. Very cool design. You could make it that way, and otherwise you'll have to place down a bunch of air conditioning units just to make sure you don't burn yourself alive. So yeah, that is gonna be it for this video, this tour of the tech base that I'm working on. If you've got any more feedback, suggestions, especially for decorating it, like areas that I need to add in the interior, let me know in the comments, and then I'll see you soon in the video about me showing the entire speed build and hopefully also having done the entire interior of this base. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.